Ay, ay, ay. Nigga talking tough, but they really bluff. They ain't really about it at all.
Facts. Look.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, go ahead and press subscribe for me right now. And if you are returning, what's goody? As y'all could probably tell, we're going to be doing a very quick and easy, beginner-friendly eyebrow tutorial. So let's get into these brows real quick, y'all. So the first thing you want to do is have your spoolie. You could get your spoolie from anywhere, your local beauty supply, your local Walgreens, dollar store. They should be everywhere. You could get you a spoolie and basically just brush your brows out to its natural shape, kind of, yeah. So just brush them out even, get them flat. Line out all any extra hairs you got around. So this part is completely optional. I go in with a pencil to line out and fill in my eyebrows, but a lot of people use like a pomade. So if that's up, like, it's completely up to you, whichever one you use, it doesn't matter. But me, I'm just more comfortable, and for beginners, I feel like it's easier with the pencil. So y'all can see I'm going in at the end tip of my eyebrows and filling in first, because as you could tell, well, when I first started doing my eyebrows, it was way easier for me when I lined out the end, so I could kind of see where I start and see where it lead into, if that's kind of making sense to you. So if you are a person that is going in with the pencil, then one quick tip I can give you is that the sharper your pencil is, the more precise that your lines should come out. So the sharper your pencil is, the thinner it'll be, and that's the more natural, and that's the look that you want to go for. You don't want no thick blotchy ones, or if you use a dull pencil, you want a very sharp pencil, to give you that nice sharp line. Eventually, you're going to start to form the line of your entire bottom brow. And then you should just go along of the shape with your normal eyebrow. That's what I could say. You could use that as the easiest guide as your real eyebrow. Don't try to make a whole brand new eyebrow or nothing like that. Just try to go along the line of your eyebrow for starters. And then you're going to go in at the top and then repeat the same process. Now, it's up to you if you want to start at the end again and use that as a guide. Like I said, that always comes in handy. You could kind of start at the end and then, just blend in from the top. But you want to be careful with it being your top eyebrow, because your eyebrows, you don't want them to be blotchy, like I said. This is not to say that your brows are going to be perfect when you do them, because please believe me, I'm going to import clips of my old brows later on in this video. But y'all gonna see that my old eyebrows did not used to be like, no. Somebody should have smacked me dead in my face. And you just gonna go in on the other brow and repeat the same exact process like we did on the first one. You can start at the end if you want, and then start from the top and just blend your way in, and so on and so forth. And just like I said, it's okay if they do not come out perfect, because as soon as you might get to starting, your line might be crooked. That's exactly how mine was. I couldn't do a straight line for nothing, but it's all a part of the process. You just got to keep on practicing, and the more you do it, you're going to realize your lines get straighter and straighter, and you become a artiste, okay? After you got your eyebrows all lined out and etc., you're going to go ahead and start shading them in. So when I shade them in, you just simply shade in the wing of your brow. That's like the end tip that I shade in. Because you want your eyebrow to create the illusion of light to dark, like fading from light to dark. So the beginning of your eyebrow should be much lighter than the end of your eyebrow. So once you're done shading and filling in, that's when the whole spoolie comes into play. And that's when you start to create that whole illusion of fading from light to dark. So you want the beginning of your eyebrow to be lighter, and then you want it to fade into the darkest, the darkest color of y'all get it. So you just blend that out to how you desire. And sometimes if you overly shade in and you kind of make your eyebrow fade, because I know I had that era, what you can do a quick tweak and fix, you could go to the end of your eyebrow, use some of the extra coloring, and kind of transform it over to fill it in and make it just a little darker if you fade it over too much. And be patient with your brows, please. Wait till you get your final outcome, because the way your brows look before they're done is nowhere near the way they're gonna look once they really finish. So just be patient, finish the complete look, see how they come out, because once you put the concealer, you color correct, you fix the lines, it just comes out way more sharp. So don't judge a book by its cover, don't get discouraged, keep going. So now that I got my little set of brows that I'm going in with, I'm going to start going in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Espresso. Of course, all of our colors are going to be different, but mine says Espresso in case you're wondering. And if you don't have a color yet, you know, you always go and test out different colors. And you always know, of course, you're going to go for a color that's lighter than your actual skin tone because you want it to be like a highlight. That's the whole point of doing your brows. You want it to have a, you know, a pop. And see, most people use an angled brush to do their brows, which I feel like, you know, it's kind of helpful in a way too for beginners. But for me, as a beginner, I felt like the round tip brush was easier. I don't know if it got that look because it's like already round. So, you know, it automatically puts that little loop at the wingtip of your brow. But I feel like the round tip is way easier. But for starters, it's up to you, honestly, whichever is more comfortable in your hand. But I got a round tip. That was what was easy for me. And then when you go in with the concealer, you want to be very light. I will say don't be heavy. Don't put a lot of concealer on your brush. Just go in with it very, very lightly and go let it glide across. Don't even try to draw because that's how you going to mess up. It's going to be thick and blotchy. You better off using less concealer on your brush and doing it little by little, trying to draw out and like map out how you outlining your brows. Because if you're using too much, the liquid of the concealer could overpower the brow, and now it could easily get messy. It could easily take off the whole front half of your brow. So just be mindful how much you're using when you're going in at the beginning of your brow. Overall, you basically want to just keep on and following that line until you get to the very end and shaping out your brows how you want them. And try to go along with the natural shape of your brows so they can look as natural and pretty as possible. Attitude, okay. Like I said, you're not always going to do your brows perfect when you do them. So just know that it's going to be trials and tribulations. I could sit here and tell y'all step by step to do this, do that, and the third, but you still going to mess up regardless because nobody's going to start off perfect. But you can always start off decent. You know, it takes practice at the end of the day, period. Just like you went in at the bottom, you're going to go in at the top with the same exact method. You don't want to use too much concealer. You want to use just enough and not too dry. You want to go in and just go ahead and go along the natural line of your brow that you drew and just take your time. Don't try to rush and don't try to draw because you don't want to put a dent in and then have to start all the way over or, you know, like have to color correct and things get messy. You want to try to keep things as simple as possible as a beginner. Now, the trick to brows is you want to fade from light to dark, like I said, but you also want your consistency to be from thicker to thin. Now I'm not saying put the thickest block of eyebrows on your face. What I'm saying is however thick your, like the beginning line of your natural brow is, it should be thinning out the further you get to the tip because you want a nice and sharp tip. So, you know, you don't like, I hope I just explained that right. You want your tip to come out very thin, like a nice little wing. And like so on and so forth, if you know what I'm saying. That's why you kind of see me shedding some off, trying to get it as thin as possible to get that very sharp, flawless, you know, mark. Now, everything we just did to the first brow, we're going to transfer it and do it right to the second brow the exact same way. The exact same way. It's not that hard. You go along with the same shape of your eyebrow, but this is the catch to this, y'all. Don't try to make your eyebrows perfect because the vibes are definitely going to be giving disappointment because I promise you, you cannot get the perfect set of brows. Your eyebrows are cousins, not twins. Your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. However the saying go, whichever one of them. Just know that they're not going to come out the exact same way. So don't even waste your time trying to get them to be the exact same shape. You could get them to be related, but you can't get them to be identical, okay? And just how I told y'all nobody is perfect at brows, what did I do? I messed up. I messed up. So we're going to go ahead and go in and fix this. I just went in with my pencil and spoolie and tried to kind of overdraw and then blend out the concealer that I kind of messed up with and just overdraw with my pencil a little bit and just kind of buffer that out to get that faded like light to dark back in motion. But I think I ended up just erasing it all because it ended up just like it wasn't giving what I wanted it to give. So I just erased it and then just went in and redrew it real quick. You could also do that, but you know, y'all ain't big dog yet. So at this point, I've already drawn on my eyebrows, whipped them just how I like. You whip yours just how you like. You know, to each its own. But me, I go in and just blend them all the way out. I put concealer on my lids just to make sure I get that full coverage and blend when I'm blending it. And you want to make sure you blend very, very well. Just, you know, blending is self-explanatory. I hope I don't have to tell y'all how to blend. You know, just keep on blending till you blend it all the way in. Use a regular blending brush. If you've seen the makeup tutorial before, you know that you just use, a regular makeup blending brush. Or you could use a beauty blender if you would like. It's up to you. Everything is really your desires. These are your eyebrows. So you kind of freestyle how you really want until you get what you like. Another critical thing, please don't forget to blend out the middle of your eyebrows. They are important as well. One thing they will do is make sure that the middle of your face is the same color as the other part of your face, but also it's going to create that space gap in between your brows like your natural brows have. So it's not going to be so close together, you feel me? And then now I'm just going to add my final little touches on my brows, my extra little blends in. But for the most part, y'all, I'm really done. I'm just doing extra stuff on my face, just trying to be extra. But for the most part, I'm done as far as brows. This is an eyebrow tutorial, so I'm not going to include anything else. But me personally, I can't just do brows and just leave my face blank. Like, I need to get this popping, so... And finally, these are our final brows, y'all. I hope this was very, very quick and easy. If you found this video very quick, easy, and helpful, please leave it a big, big thumbs up. And comment any more content that you would like to see related to this video, or any content just period that you would like to see on this channel. And please don't forget to subscribe, because if you have yet to, you ain't gang for real, like at this point. And turn on those post notification bells. That way you never miss when your girl posts. I will see you guys later this week. Thanks for tuning in. Mwah.
Your nigga took his pockets, left his home. You can shake your ass to this, or you could check that nigga phone. But this one for my man, bitches sitting in the back row. See, I just dropped a couple bitches, they was irritating. Hoes be claiming gang, but when you